Hello guys, this is Jamie Lola Tallulah, and I'm here to do another tutorial for you guys. It is using the Shutter Card Create a Card Desire Die by Crafter's Companion, and this was a request, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. There's the workings of the die, okay, and this is just one of the styles of cards that you could create using that card base. Okay, so that's what your shutter card does. Woohoo! Very simple as far as that goes. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do the pieces that go with this card. Okay, first off, you have your die set, and I'll put the swing card in the description box and possibly at the end of this video. So on the back of your piece you have some basic instructions, okay, and you can see how to do that. At the bottom, no, they didn't give you options, but see here you can see where you can partially cut in, you can have the whole piece solid, you can do the whole card with cut in detail, and you can do overlay detail. Okay, so let's get started. It's actually very simple once you get the hang of it. You need two different plate combinations in order to do this. There was some confusion because of the die wanting to cut through your paper. Okay, so this is your set. You see all the dies here, and you need two sandwiches to cut this out. All right, so just keep that in mind. Let's start with step number one. You have to cut your paper. So you need to have a piece of paper that is 8.5 by 5.5. So basically you just cut 8.5 and by 11 in half, and you get your paper. Now we want to take this die. This is the die that creates all the magic. It has cut lines and it has score lines. If you can see, this is a cut line and it's deeper than the score line. Okay, so you've got 4 score lines here, 2 score lines here, and the other 4 at the bottom, and then these 2 pieces here are cut lines. Okay, does that make sense? Now you need to do your sandwich. So to cut out this die, which doesn't need as much pressure, you want to switch your sandwich around. Now this is using the Gemini Junior. You may have to do a little bit of adjustment because all machines are slightly different. Okay, I like to work with my die up, so I will show you the combination plate. So first you have your clear plate. Okay, then you want to put in your rubber mat, not the magnetic shim. You want your rubber mat. Okay, then you're going to put in your plastic shim. Okay, all right, that's going to be on the top. Now what I'm going to do is next, here is the plate I'm going to cut into. I'm going to put that down on my table. Then I'm going to put my paper in, okay, because I cut with the blades up. Okay, so you can do it this way, or I'll show you the other way. So this is what I would do. I would place this, that's down, and then I put this on top. Okay, does that make sense? Now if you want to do it the other way, you can do it the other way. So here's the plate combination I gave you: clear plate, rubber mat, plastic plate. Then you can put the die and then put the paper on and then cut it this way. The only thing is, it's hard to see the die when you actually do it that way. So this is why I like to do my sandwich the way I'm going to do it. So I have the top sections here, and then I'm going to put my plate down, I put my die, or my paper down, sorry, and then my die is going to go blades down. Okay, so I have my paper face down. I'm going to take this one. Now in the swing card I only used one side. Excuse me. For this one I'm going to use both of these dies to help place this. Okay, so your worker die goes in the center, and you want to get the edges lined up. Okay, so get these lined up and the bottoms lined up. Then use this die as a side guide. So I'm going to put this die in here upside down to the edge of my paper. And the reason I'm going to use the other one is because this is a balance card. Your diamond swing wasn't. Okay, so I'm going to put that on the edge, Now, if you see that, see how it's not quite centered? So just adjust it so that it's centered the way you want and straightened out. So I'm going to do that. Then you can take these off. Definitely for this die, I would definitely tape it down, and tape it down in multiple places. Make sure your tape is less tacky so you don't rip your card. Okay. Then my blades are down, the bottom of cutting plate. Then all I do is take this, which was my sandwich, flip it, put it down. Okay. So when I'm running it through the machine, and I'll just run through the plate combination again so you can see. On the bottom, I have the plate that I'm cutting into. Then it would be my paper, then my die, then my plastic shim, rubber mat, clear plate that I'm not cutting into. Okay? Then we're just going to throw it in the Gemini. Cut it. Cut, cut, cut. It's doing the cut. Cut, cut, cut. It's doing the cut. Cut, cut, cut. It's doing the cut. Okay. So then we're just going to take all this off. And take your tape off carefully because you don't want to rip your card. It's unlike the diamond swing where some parts come out, you actually use all the pieces in here. Now some you can cover up, but you still don't want to rip your card. Okay. All right, so then you just take that off. This piece you're done with. Okay, you're done with that now, so you can put it back on your, back on your magnetic sheet. Okay, just gonna toss that there. So then what you are left with is this, which looks like nothing, but you can see that here's your score line, here's your two cut lines. You're gonna fold and fold. Okay. This one you fold. Now it's a bit fiddly when you start folding it, so you got to make sure you actually get it on the score lines, okay? And then you're going to go, let me see, here we go. Let's do this fold here. Try to get it to go a little bit. There and there. So you just mess with it and just make sure you get it on the fold lines, okay? Now, you can go ahead and do, all right, there you go. Okay, now, this longer piece here in the center, you have it two score lines. You have to decide whether you want it to go back or if you want it to do like this. So in order to get it to go that way, you just reverse your fold here, okay? So I like to do it both ways and then go back and fix it because it makes it easier to fold to me. So then you've got your base piece here. And then just go ahead and burnish your pieces. Does that make sense? Then you have the basic part of your shutter. Okay. Now, after that, you have to decide whether you are going to actually cut into the card, okay? Whether you're going to do details like this, where you cut the shape and put it onto it, or create the shape and then cut into it and then layer it, okay? So, if you want to do the cut in detail into the card, and so there is a piece of this that I actually want to do that to, we'll go ahead and do that. This is where you need to change your plate combination. You need to change from your embossing or your rubber mat to your magnetic shim. So you have your clear plate, your magnetic shim, your plastic plate, okay? That's what I'll be putting on the top. I'm going to have my cutting plate. This time you're going to cut into the card, so this is the front of my card, so that goes where I can see it. I'll put that down, okay? And I don't want these cut out. I want to cut out this section and then these two little sections. So I would suggest you do it one at a time because sometimes it can be fiddly. So I'm going to do this, put down my frame, okay? Then I'm going to put my other piece on the inside, which is the cut in piece. Oops, no, I'm not. I'm not going to put that frame in there because I want to actually cut into the card. So I'm going to put that, center it, and then I'm going to get it taped down because you definitely don't want it to move. All right, so there's that. Now I'm gonna try, you know what, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna try the opposite corners, which are these tiny dies. So I'm gonna try that on the inside here. Definitely have to tape it. So tape it down. I'm going to try all the corners because they just might do okay since they're tiny. So I'm just going to tape those down. Try to get them straight, otherwise they'll be wonky looking. And like I said, those definitely have to be taped down. So I'm just going to put these here in these four corners, and you can tell where they go because of the scoring marks. Okay, and then your last little piece, I'm going to put it here, and I need another little piece of tape. Low tack tape is just washi tape, or you could use masking tape, but you got to make sure you get the, make it not so sticky. Like, see, this is really sticky, so just put it on your skin and tear it off. Do it again, do it again. Don't do it with duct tape because you'll end up giving yourself a different kind of look. Okay, so those are all my cut-in details. So remember, I have, as the top part, clear plate, magnetic shim, plastic plate, dies facing down, paper, and then cutting pad. And we're gonna hope this goes and works. All right, so I'm gonna pull my Gemini up. I'm gonna run it through. And this is gonna give me cut-in detail. Okay, let's see. And if we're careful, we can move this to see if it cut the way we needed it to. And if you see all those score lines, it did. I'm gonna run it through just another time. This way what it does is it makes it easier for you to just pick the die up and let it fall out. Awesome sauce. Especially since I'm using a 110-pound cardstock. This sandwich will also work with 65 pounds. Okay, so now we can go ahead and take that off. Take this, and it's definitely cut through. Now we definitely have to be extra careful because we have all this extra tape. I just want to show you. What it looks like, and I'm only going to cut one and then I'm going to move on so you can see something else. Okay, so there's your die stuck in it, and then you want to take it off. Be careful because it's still delicate, right? So there you go. Now there's a couple little pieces. We can just go ahead and poke those out. Okay, so that's how you cut into your cardstock. Okay, you just use this piece. Notice there's no cutting edge. All right, now if you want to cut a piece like this that you can therefore go and add on, you need your two pieces. Use the same sandwich, and what you're going to do is you're going to take the outline die, which is this piece, and the inner die, which is this piece, okay? And then you would line them up. Now I'm not going to cut them because you can see what it looks like, but I will line it up for you. So you just put this down, blades down, because that's the way I do my sandwich. Blades down, and then you put your intricate piece on the inside. And then you want to make sure you have even layer, even around. I'll pick this up for you so that you have even spacing around, and make sure your dies do not overlap because the die will cut into it. Definitely tape it down, run it through. I would not do both sides at the same time. Don't put the one here and the one there at the same time, because then you'll have to run it through multiple times to get it to cut, because that is a lot of metal. Okay, so just do one side, then turn around and do the other. Okay, that will give you a look like this, right? So that you can cut that piece out, and then you can go back and layer it up. Okay, I hope that was helpful, and have a good day.